Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am doing a short and sweet one-card pull that asks the question, simply, where are you on your path? So I'm not exactly sure how long these will be. These will be channeled messages from one simple tarot card, and I'm really excited to see what comes through. So go ahead and choose one of these beautiful mums. Group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, or group number 4. And if more than one are calling you into them, go ahead and choose multiples, and I will see you in the reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am doing a short and sweet one-card pull that simply asks the question, where are you on your path? So you chose group number 1 with this beautiful lavender mum, and we will just put her right up here and get right into your channeled message from the Eight of Wands. Okay, so the Eight of Wands is about speed. It is about communication. It is about change. It can be about travel. It is something, shit is happening in your life basically right now. Things are changing, things are moving, and you may not even realize it. There might be things happening underneath the surface, or things that have been set into motion months or even years ago that are finally picking up speed or finally aligning with the physical world around it. And you're going to start seeing changes in the world around you that reflect back to you what you've been intending to manifest for, this feels like, even years. It's like finally the momentum has caught up to, like, the momentum in the physical world has caught up to your inner momentum and push. So whatever it is you're creating, it's coming true. There is this sense of realigning to what it is that you want to happen in your life. And even going back to, I'm imagining someone going back to old journals they've written like years ago when they decided what they wanted to manifest, and realigning with the true essence of that manifestation. Whether or not the external reflection of that manifestation has changed, there is this feeling of realigning with the essence of it, because the essence of it never changed. There, like, for instance, if you decided, oh, I want to purchase a house in this city 3 years ago, and now you've decided, oh, I would prefer to have a home in this town. I've changed my mind about where, or like even like the location of the home. I don't want it to be in the city. I want it to be in the woods, or, you know, something like that. Like the external reflection of what that internal feeling of, I want to root myself, or I want to feel secure in a home. I want to feel like a place is mine, or I want to feel a sacred space of my own. You know, that's still aligned, and that's still true, and it's never gone away. So that was just an example, but there is just a message to align what you want, because it's all coming true, and to release any fears, worries, or doubts that your soul and your heart's deepest desires and dreams can come to fruition. Like any fears or worries that they can't come to fruition, we are releasing these, we are letting them go, because you're already on track. There's nothing you can do to stop your dreams from coming true. Everything is aligning in the physical world. It's all going to begin mirroring back to you. So start looking for evidence, even if it's little things in the physical world. Start, even if they don't look like evidence, but they could be evidence, just start believing that they're evidence. Just start looking at everything around you and believing that it's evidence that things are moving and things are changing. Find a way to believe that everything, even the seemingly, quote, bad things that have been happening, is evidence that the good, the deep down things that you've been wanting and manifesting for so long are happening. So alrighty, that is your short and sweet one card pull. I love the Eight of Wands. It's one of my favorite cards. So happy that it got pulled today. I do want to mention, for some reason, the 5 crows or blackbirds. There's a lot of protection in that. 5 is the number of change. And then of course we've got the green and orange colors of the plant. And orange is about the sacral chakra. It's about passion being ignited. It's about creativity. And this does feel like a very creative, fertile moment where things are just going to blossom into fruition in your life at an unexpected pace. So be open, be ready, be expectant, because beautiful things are coming for you. And the green as well is your heart chakra. Your heart's expression and dreams and connection to your reality is going to be unfolding and bursting through you as well. So yay, thank you so much for being here. If you'd like more in-depth readings, I do have a Patreon account. In my Patreon, I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One of the readings is internally based, which is more focused on your healing journey. With that reading, I do offer an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing every month. The other reading I offer every month is an externally focused reading, which is more about your life's journey, your external path, your relationships, your life purpose, etc. So if that sounds interesting to you or you feel called to that, you can check it out in the link down below. I also have merchandise that's really cute. It has my bee and flowers logo on it with the phrase, "Hello, lovely humans." So if that sounds cute to you, you can click on the link for that down below as well. Also, I would love it if you'd like this video. If you want to comment as to how this resonated, I'd love to connect with you in the comments. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, of course, I would appreciate that. I do have a way if you feel called to leave a tip, even if it's $1, it's so appreciated. There's a link down below to leave me a coffee or buy me a coffee / leave me a tip. I also have another YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form if you feel called to check that out as well. So thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in another reading, and I'm so appreciative and honored by your presence. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for this reading, I am doing a short and sweet 1-card pull that asks the question, where are you on your path right now? So you chose group number 2 with this beautiful lavender mum, and we're gonna get right into your mini reading. Boom, you got the King of Pentacles for your card. I love doing these 1-card. This is the first time I've ever done a 1-card pull, but the impact of each card, knowing that the epitome and essence of that one particular card, like it's got such a loud voice, and I'm really digging it. I don't know why I wanted to express that. But you got the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles. You are at a place of mastery over your financial reality, even if you're not realizing it. You are at a place where you are learning and growing when it comes to how you manage your finances, how you allow yourself to feel worthy of wealth, of abundance, of security, of financial freedom. You are expanding into financial freedom, and it's not only that, it's not just letting it in, it's a sense of control, a healthy control over your finances. You are gaining that, you are growing into that. If you have felt out of control in the past with your finances, this is saying that you have done the work, you have learned and grown so much to the point that everything is aligning for you when it comes to your relationship to money. There's this feeling of aligning to money in a way that feels spiritual, in a way that feels healthy and good to you, in a way where there's no guilt involved, there's no blocks that are holding you back from receiving it or channeling it or creating it in your life. Or that's a good way to put it. Channeling it, creating it, harnessing it, harvesting it. Like there's this reaping and sowing energy coming through. There's a feeling of a deep, like rooted sense and knowing of how you're provided for in the physical. So there's this merging of the material and the spiritual that's happening. The deep security you've always felt in your internal world, in your spiritual world with the universe, God, spirit, however you connect to spirit, that the deepest sense of security you hold there is finally merging with the, and maybe not finally for some of you, maybe this is something that's been happening a while, but the epitome of the message is spirit and matter making love, that came through. It's like spirit and matter making love and birthing like new babies in the world. And I'm seeing rabbits, like bunch of rabbits, like there's a lot of fertility energy coming through. So it's this feeling of also contributing to the health of humanity's connection to money. So whatever you are planning to do with money or doing with your money is very healthy and very reciprocal in terms of the divine and Mother Earth feeling very balanced between the two and within yourself and within humanity. There's this beautiful amalgamation of like resources and connection between, like, it feels like multiple entities in a way, like Mother Earth, Father Sky, and your self and your body and your connection to the material world and your perception of abundance and what that means within the material world, and it all coming together in harmony and in flow. Like it feels like something finally like clicking, like it's finally, this makes sense now. I know how to healthfully manage my money. I know how to healthfully harness it and use it in a way that's good for humanity and the earth. I feel good about it. I feel confident about it. There's no more guilt. There's no more concerns about my internal blocks. It's all gone. It's all done. And now I can finally get to the process of building my wealth and deciding what I get to do with it, it's like building this foundation that I'm sitting in that's both spirit and matter, that is extremely secure. And now from that place of security, okay, where do we go from here? We're expanding from here. We get to look at our higher ideals, and we get to realize and know and feel in our body and being in all of us that we have the know-how, the resources, the ability to channel everything that we need, to receive everything that we need, to harness everything that we need to make an impact in the world in the way that our soul truly desires to. So there is just this feeling of wealth equaling purpose and purpose equaling wealth, and it all working together hand in hand. And whatever it is that you do with your wealth is beautiful. Like, you have such beautiful intentions. And there's also a feeling of luxury and feeling of a lack of guilt for providing for yourself as well. It's this feeling of reclaiming what it means to be abundant and spiritual and good at the same time, and have everything feel right. Everything feel connected, balanced, in harmony with Mother Earth and Father Sky. I don't use Mother Earth, Father Sky very often, but that's coming through a lot. So I don't know if a lot of you have that Native American connection, because I think that's Native American. But anyway, I think anything else, let's see. Just congratulations, you've done an amazing job to align with what true abundance means, and to still be intact, like with your soul and with your heart's purpose and with your connection to the divine, and your humanity and your groundedness and your down to earthness. There is this feeling of just being human and being humble and serving the world and not compromising on your own needs and your own desires, and finding that balance between the two, and walking your path humbly and in a way where you feel satiated as well, happy, joyful, and excited and adventurous in your life. You get to do and be all of who you are, and there are no limitations. But it's this beautiful balance. It's like, oh, I can do anything, but I choose to do this. And what you do choose to do feels kind of humble, and it's like, I'm content with this. I'm happy with just this. And it's almost like this feeling of, in the past, maybe I would have thought I wanted more, but I realized this is all I need. And then I'd rather work towards helping others, kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's your message with the King of Coins. With the first group, I did mention the colors. We do have yellow here, which is a color of the solar plexus, which has to do with confidence and self-worth. And I think you're definitely embodying those energies. And I feel like you've gotten so much spiritual work done to help yourself realize how, oh, there's a crown here as well, like how worthy you are of stepping into your throne in such a beautiful, humble way. And yeah, just really beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like more in-depth readings, I do have a Patreon, and in that Patreon, I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One of the readings is an internally based reading, which is more focused on your healing journey, your connection to the self. And with that reading, I offer an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. In the other reading, it's a little bit more externally focused, which has more to do with your connections in the outer world, what you're manifesting, your life's purpose, your path, and kind of how that reflects in the outer world. So those are the readings I offer on my Patreon, and then I'm leaving myself open to offer anything else I feel called to in that space as well. So if you feel called to that or interested in that, there is a link down below. I also have a way that you could leave me a tip if you'd like. Anything is appreciated, even $1 is appreciated. So there's a link down below to leave me a tip / buy me a coffee. Also, if you'd like to check out my merchandise, it is really cute. It has my bee and flowers logo on it with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form, if you feel called to check that out. But otherwise, I think I covered everything. I might have missed a couple things. Just if you want to check out what I have to offer, it's all listed down below. I really appreciate your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for this reading, I am doing a short and sweet 1-card pull that asks the question, where are you on your path? So it's going to be as simple as that. Let's go ahead and get into it. You chose this group number 3 with this beautiful lavender mum. And your tarot card is Temperance. Okay, cool. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see what Temperance has to say to you today. The first energy that came through is this grounded energy. I'm feeling it in my root and my sacral. It's very calm. There's very beautiful watery energy coming through. It's pulling me in, and it's very calming. Yeah, I feel very calmed down by an energy that wants to infiltrate my being in a positive way. So I would read that as you are being called to nurture yourself. There's an energy available to you. Okay, there's a lot coming through. I'm seeing someone who is going from distraction to distraction to distraction to distraction to avoid kind of sitting with themselves a little bit, because maybe when they usually sit with themselves, they have to face discomfort. There's this feeling of it being the opposite, like the opposite being true, where if you just settle down and sit with yourself, there is this beautiful, flowing, watery, comforting, healing, softening energy that is at your fingertips. It is available to you. So don't be afraid to settle down. Don't be afraid to calm down. Don't be afraid to sit in silence or drive in silence. Don't be afraid to just sit with your own thoughts. Take walks in nature without your phone. Really, there is this feeling of the resistance is kind of unnecessary, because you're not going to be as uncomfortable as you think you are when you just calm down and be with yourself. There's so much like insight and love, and I feel like spirit guides that are surrounding you that have messages for you that you can't really hear because your mind's so busy, or you're so scattered, or you're so distracted. So just take some time, and there doesn't have to be a lot of pressure around that. It literally can be like if you're driving from like a 10-minute drive, instead of listening to the radio or listening to something on your phone, just driving that drive just in complete silence, or just with like meditative music on, something that's just pure and calm and quiet, where the voice of your soul can really shine through. I kind of see someone who's just allows a little bit of quiet, and then all of a sudden like a thought, a very gentle thought, but like a gentle aha coming through, and being like, oh, why haven't I thought about it that way? That's weird. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's like little, simple, easeful thoughts and ideas and truths that can help you right now, that can help you feel better about where you're at, want to speak to you right now. There's nothing to be afraid of as far as facing internal fears or facing internal worries. There's more of just a feeling of open up, because beautiful things want to come into your soul, into your body, mind, spirit, and soul. And a calming, a settling of your nervous system wants to come through for you. And it's effortless if you just leave space for it. This energy's already like, it's like waiting. It's like you're sitting in a pool of water, but you have like a wooden little fence around you, like a little baby fence around you that the water can't get in. And that action of just leaving things silent and just letting things just be and not distracting yourself, that one action is you taking those gates away and that water just filling in. There's nothing really you have to do. It's just there. And you're being encouraged to allow it in. And that's really it. There's such comfort and softening that's here for you right now. So if in the past things have been a little bit more intense when you've had to face your own thoughts, it's not like that anymore. Whatever work you have done in the past has contributed to this availability for peace. So yeah, take some quiet time. Alrighty, so that is your message. Short and sweet for sure. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like more in-depth readings, I do have a Patreon. I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One is more externally focused, which is more about your life's purpose, your manifestations, and one is more internally focused, which is more about your connection to yourself and your spiritual journey. And with that one, I offer an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing every month. So if you feel called to that, there is a link down below. I also have really cute merchandise. It has my Bee and Flowers logo on it with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." If that sounds cute to you, again, there's a link down below for that. If you'd like to leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, any amount, even $1 is so appreciated by me. There's a link for that. And then I also have another YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form if you'd like to check that out. Alrighty, thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower Oracle. My name is Krista, and for today's reading, I am offering a 1-card pull that asks the question, where are you on your path? It is as simple as that. You chose group number 4 with this little baby mum that I almost didn't use, but I thought it might be kind of cute to just do another group and see what comes through. I feel like there is kind of something significant to the fact that you chose the baby mum. And that made me think of babies, that made me think of like childbirth, that made me think of children. Also, and this doesn't mean like that you necessarily want children, but that childlike energy, that birth energy, that baby energy is kind of coming through, even rebirth. That fresh new kind of energy is coming through. But anyway, we'll see what comes through in your 1 tarot card. So you got Knight of Swords. What? Okay. Let's see what we have. So I know the flower on this card is called, I'm pretty sure it's called a lupin. Actually, I'm gonna check it out. I'm actually very curious if it is a lupin. Yes, it's lupins. Oh, I love lupins. So I went to Prince Edward Island in Canada one time, and I think that's, lupins. I'm pretty sure that's a place where they're known for their lupins, and they have a very deep red sand and soil there. So the contrast, I went in the perfect time, it was during the spring, and the contrast of the lupins with the red soil was gorgeous. Like absolutely, that place had a beautiful energy about it. It was like quaint and sweet and light, and I just felt like comforted and just blanketed with warmth and love there. So really beautiful place. I don't know, that'd be really crazy if whoever chose this, like a couple of you have a strong connection to that place. That'd be really interesting. But with the Knight of Swords, oh, my baby kitty wants in. Let's see. I know she looks sad, like she wants in. I'm gonna let her in real quick. We gotta relax though, okay? Oh, she's saying hi. She doesn't say hi in all the readings, so you should feel special. But anyway, that was Winnie. She kind of popped up here for a second. But yeah, so the Knight of Swords. Okay, there she is. Yep, this is what happens when Winnie's here. Sorry. And this is such Knight of Swords energy, like just with Winnie coming in, the noise and her knocking crap over. Like Knight of Swords is so, it's like a fast kind of, it can be a little erratic, like with how, like, and then now there's a bug flying around. Like seriously, I think there's a stink bug. This has not happened this whole time. This is like, it's like chaos and a like erraticness going on with the cat and the things and the bug. And it makes sense. Swords is an air element card, and this bug flying up here, like, come on. Sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place. This is the energy of the reading. What's the message that wants to come through for you? Because damn, there's like an urgency feeling here. Like, it's almost like there's this feeling of like, I have to get something off my chest. I have to tell you this or else I'm just going to go crazy. There might be some incoming like messages coming from someone you love or someone you know. There is that feeling of someone telling you how they feel, or telling you a bunch of information that totally like warps your view of how the relationship is, or kind of like makes you question things. And this doesn't necessarily have to be in a relationship, by the way. It's more about the essence of someone telling you a bunch of information, and you like being taken aback by it and being like, whoa, that is not what I thought the situation was whatsoever. And you having to recalibrate to what this new information means for you. And I am getting an example of a person coming forward and sharing their feelings with you when maybe you thought they weren't interested, or so in that context, in a romantic context, that could be the situation where you're like, man, I had totally moved away from this and now you're telling me all this information and I just don't know what to do with it because I had moved on. Like, and then like, what's another example? Like in a workplace, it's how would this come across? Like I'm almost getting this feeling of, hey, we really need someone to fill this position, but we need them to fill it on Monday. And you have to make the decision by tonight if you want the job. And it's like, whoa, wait a second. Or like maybe the position makes you have to move to a new city, or like just something like that, where it's like this new information comes in and you have to reassess your whole life and direction, like what's going on, and shift into a new, like you're changing life decisions based off of this new information. So there might be this moment of, I mean, this is very specific, so this is interesting. There might be this moment of like a chaotic moment where you feel like you don't know what to do. Gosh, I almost want to pull more. I'm like, man, I want more cards. This is supposed to be a purely one card reading, but I want a couple more. That's how I'm feeling. Let me see if I can pull anything from this, because I almost want to give you advice if this situation brings itself to you. I want to see what advice is coming through. Well, the bug that's flying around is a stink bug. And oh my God, please, I pray it does not land on me. The stink bug is shaped like a shield. It literally looks like a knight's shield, a knight's shield. That's so interesting. You got the Knight of Swords. So there is this feeling of protection, like no matter what you choose, knowing, like deepening into the protection of the divine first and foremost. Like when this information hits, deepening, like going to whatever way you connect to the divine, going to that first before you think about anything, before you ask advice from other people. There's this feeling of going into prayer or into meditation or into a walk in nature. Maybe you connect to the divine through nature, you know, going to a place of solitude and taking some space and praying or whatever it is, and then waiting for a sense of calm to come over you. And then it feels like you will know exactly what you're meant to do in this situation. I'm not sure about the timeline, although Knight of Swords is a very fast moving energy, so it could be soon. But then again, this could be such a kind of a life shifting thing that it could be like, I would say it's like within the year for sure, this type of thing might happen, like an unexpected, you know, choice to make in a way. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just what aligns with you. There's no yes or no, because every single person who's come to this reading is different. So, but let me remind you, and if you can download this into your brain and refer to it when this energy does come into your life and you need a quick decision to make about something, just remember, go to the divine first before anybody else. Don't tell anyone. You might like tell your mom or like whatever, but just ultimately the divine is the one who's going to give you. And I had that weird feeling of like a mom in heaven. So if any of you have that situation, you can talk to her about it, because it kind of felt like a merging of a mother and the divine. But ultimately there is this feeling, yes, going to the divine and surrendering to the divine, asking them to reveal to you what aligns most with you and your heart and your being and your soul. And this inner knowing, this still small voice coming in and telling you what to do, and you taking heed to that and taking action based off of that, even if it defies logic. And whatever consequence, when you go back into the world and you make the decision, you might even doubt it. But it's this feeling of, you know what, I went to the divine first and I listened to that inner nudge, and there's nothing else I can do. Even if I have an onslaught of doubt or worry that I made the wrong choice, I know I didn't, because that was the best thing I could have possibly done for myself. So it's going to be okay one way or another. Yeah, and just make sure you don't make a place from or a decision from a hectic place, or like a erratic or kind of chaotic place, because it kind of seems like that's the energy that's surrounding the situation. Yeah, all right. I think that's it. Is there anything else here? Such an interesting, specific reading. Just that you can trust yourself. You can trust yourself ultimately, and your connection to a higher power, and that has your best interest, that loves you, that knows you better than you know yourself. You can trust in that relationship above all, and that can only guide you into your soul's highest path. So whether it looks like you're losing something in the material, your soul's gaining so much by doing that. And then one day, when things have shifted and you end up where your soul feels the most content and happy, you will look back and be like, wow, I made the right decision. Yay. Alrighty. So thank you so much. That was your short and sweet 1-card pull. This was so much fun. I can't wait to do more 1-card pulls. If you'd like more in-depth readings, I do have a Patreon account. I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month. One is more externally focused, which is about manifestation, about your life's purpose, kind of things that are happening in the material world. And one is more internally focused, which is more about your life's purpose, well, no, I already said that. That was well, they kind of merged together. That's the funny thing. But it's more about your connection to self. It's about your connection to the divine, your healing journey. I do like to talk about shadow work, so that will be in there as well. Yeah, just kind of helping you on your spiritual journey. And with that reading, every month I do an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. So if you feel called to that, you can check it out. There's a link down below. You can also leave me a tip / buy me a coffee. Any amount is appreciated, even $1. There's a link if you feel called to do that. I also have merchandise. It is adorable. It has my Bee and Flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it, if you'd like to check that out. I also have other infinite prayer sessions if you feel called to any of those. And last but not least, I have another YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. Thank you so much for being here. I'm honored by your presence, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye.